Hey guys, Radio MMA back here with another prediction video. This time we're talking UFC Fight Night 89 going down in Ottawa, Ontario. Um, Sweet card, man. Sweet card. I'm really excited for this one. You know, we got so many huge fight cards coming up. But this card, only 2 fights have been announced, but those fights have been killer. I'll do a separate video for the co-main event, but that fight's going to be Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Patrick the Predator Cote. That has a war written all over it. And I'll probably be going with the underdog, who I assume is going to be Patrick Cote in that fight. I love him in this fight. But first, we're going to talk about Stephen the Wonder Boy Thompson versus Rory MacDonald. And this fight is going to be a blast, too. I'm excited for this one, too. This card, you know, it's a Fight Night 89 card, but it's just looking so amazing. Okay, so we'll get this started, and we'll break this down for you. Steven is 6 foot. He's got a 75-inch reach, and he's got a 57-0 kickboxing record. Prior to retiring, he is 12-1 in MMA. He is 7-1 in the UFC. He's won 6 straight UFC fights. His last loss was all the way back at UFC 143 to Matt Brown, and Steven is such a better fighter now than he was back then. Okay, most recently he defeated Johnny Hendricks, and that was in the very first round. He's been winning, I think 4 of his last 5 fights he won via stoppage, so he's been on quite the roll. Now we head down to Rory MacDonald. He is also 6 foot. He has a 76-inch reach, so that gives him a really minuscule 1-inch reach advantage. He is 18-3 in his MMA career, 9-3 in the UFC, but his only loss since 2010, well, he lost twice, but it's to the same guy. He lost both his fights to Robbie Lawler. Going a little more in depth into this fight, he's coming off that Fight of the Year loss to Robbie Lawler, where he was winning on the judges' scorecards, and Robbie just fucking killed him. It was a great fight. You know, Rory MacDonald's gone on record saying that was the time of his life. He loved that fight. And it was Fight of the Year. Amazing, amazing fight. Okay, heading into this fight, Rory MacDonald is plus 100. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson is minus 120. I think this is going to be a war, and, you know, if somebody says, oh, I'm going with Stephen Thompson, I can't blame you. Yeah, that makes sense. Stephen's on a roll. But I got to go with the Canadian boy here. I'm going with Rory MacDonald. He is a free agent after this fight. So this may be his last fight in the UFC. I can't see UFC really letting him go, but if they do, wow, Bellator is getting one hell of a fighter. This is the guy that they could build their entire company around, Rory MacDonald. Man, this would be huge for Bellator. If I don't care if this guy if Rory loses this fight, it's still huge for Bellator to get a Rory MacDonald. Has the guy even reached his prime yet? Yeah, so this would be big for Bellator. But anyways, as far as this fight goes, it's going to be a great fight. I see it a stand-up war, and these guys actually trained together back at TriStar maybe 3 years ago or so. So they're familiar with each other a little bit, and it's going to be an interesting fight. Okay, guys, so that's my pick. I'm going with Rory MacDonald. He's plus 100, so lay down $100. You make $100. And hit me up on Twitter. It's Radio MMA. Thanks for checking out another video.